Hey there everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme and today we are playing Last Day of Rome. Brand new strategy game. Seems to be quite an interesting game from the bits I have seen. And yeah, this is the first look. This is the first time I've loaded it up. It's been delayed a couple of weeks for their release. They wanted to make sure that the maps were looking right. They increased a bunch of different stuff with it. So I'm just going to take the sounds down a touch. Comes in language of English, German, French, I believe Russian. So we'll stick it on English. Not too much in the way of settings. And yeah, here we go. So we play as one of the barbarian tribes. So you can see here we got a bunch of them to choose from. So we got the Picts. Picts, the most mysterious tribe that speak a language unknown to anyone. Okay, so yeah, kind of like how that looks. Picts are pretty easy. We've got different difficulty settings on the right. Grab 150 regions for the Picts. So construction in towns is 30% cheaper. We get 20% more money. We'd have wood increased by 30%, and we start with 3 regions. And then, of course, we have the Franks, the descendants of the sea gods, excellent tactics, masters of combat, and policy strategists. Okay. They're the most ambitious. The Picts are very religious, pagan sort of tribe. You see the differences in how they look. Brave warriors. Zalmox is the only god, so they will get taken somewhere else when they die. Very popular belief back in the day. And yeah, they've kind of got a lack of fear to a certain degree, because if they die, they're going to get taken to the next place. So that's kind of what they want anyway. The Burgundy, Haras for the other ones. So mercenaries, interesting. Yeah. So they were betrayed, they feel, by Rome, so they're after Rome there. Alemanni, ancient German alliances, the Svevs and the Marcomannis, and the Juthungis as well. As you can see, Romans started to push them out. They were relocated into southwest Germany, and then they decided that they were going to try and push back against Rome to retake their lands. The Ants, Slavic tribes, Dnieper and Dniester rivers by the Black Sea. And yeah, very interesting sort of region in this period of history. I do suggest you read up about the Roman Empire and some of the tribes around at that time, because a lot of history, the way we taught about the Roman Empire, there's a lot taught about the Romans. There's some taught about the Gaelic sort of tribes, the Gauls and whatnot, and their push, of course, if you're from the UK, the push into Britain and whatnot. But there's a lot of other great history around of the other sort of regions and nations of the time. So this is a very sort of developed faction, if you would. As I said, beginnings of statehood, and yeah, really they're in a decent place to kind of sit back a little bit, gain a lot of sort of strength, and then go after the Roman Empire, which is quite nice. The Venedi, so axe fighters, brutal, big shield, love that, and they will never give up their lands without death. So you can see that they're ready to really fight. Maybe less politics savvy than some of the others, but they are certainly ready to fight. And the Alans, non-Germanic people who settled in Europe. You can see they were raiding the Romans a lot. And yeah, friend, comrade, they're very much sort of about togetherness, and trying to sort of build through trade, but they're certainly not against fighting. They are certainly not against fighting. In fact, they do remind me a lot of how some parts of Roman history is, about the way they expanded, the way they tried to raid, but they still were building civilization. So, you know what the Picts get, the Franks? They can plunder towns. You get extra 50% of the building's cost when you plunder. You can upgrade your army cheaper, and you produce more iron. So really, that seems like a great set of abilities. However, you only start with one region instead of the 3 Pictish. They have extra wood. They make a profit immediately from a region rather than any delay. And of course, we've seen that 30% reduction to construction. Research production is increased with the Burgundy. We plunder towns, you get more. Army upgrade, 50% cheaper. Alemanni, construction in towns. Bonus resources, 20% more money again. And the wood production bonus. The Ants have something different, so they got luxury production. So, extra 50% there. When you collect trophies from region, the building's level does not get lower. Okay, not exactly sure what that means just yet, but we will see. And construction in the capital, so 10% cheaper in the capital. So pretty decent. A lot of differentiation in the number of regions. So 6 for them, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3. It's kind of a wide base, but yeah, it makes sense that the Ants would be the biggest of the lot right now. Veneti have 4 regions with an army upgrade, of course. Plundering towns, you get the extra cost and that research bonus on top. Nilans, the biggest of them all. 7 bonus researches, so you get more resources. Construction in towns is cheaper and you get a quick profit, so you begin to make money immediately. So I'm really not sure if there's any inherent sort of advantages to one tribe over another, just because I don't know how well they're balanced. I haven't looked at all at this game. I haven't loaded it up. So, who looks really cool? Kind of like these two. Okay, so a bit of plundering, a bit more development strategy. I feel if we go for war, we're probably going to get wiped out early, but they look more like the barbarians that the Romans love to warn you about, coming and raiding, pillaging. These guys look more civilized and a bit more sort of focused on building up what they have rather than stripping anyone else down. I think we'll start with the Ants. We will start on very easy just because we don't know anything about this. We get a little bit more luxury. We can develop the town a little bit easier, and construction is cheaper in our capital. We start with 6 regions. I have no idea how that will affect things. Okay, it's taking us back to the main menu. There we go. My humble greetings to you, Chief. Recently, our scouts have reported that the Romans are preparing a campaign against the lands of free people. We must prepare for their attack. No idea why we did it that way. Okay, a couple of spelling issues. This is still in alpha, and I know that English is not their native tongue, so I wouldn't expect it to be spot on. First impressions, layout seems pretty good. Got a little bit of weather effects in the background, a little bit of rain. Graphics look pretty good. The music so far has been pretty good as well. Okay. So, recruit an army. So you can do that at the assembly point. Form an army. You need a general, so hire a general. And they'll serve until 60. Okay. So none of these guys have anything. So I'll hire the youngest guy at 20. Create first army. Infantry troops in the barracks. We can go down to hire infantry. Okay. Hire some cavalry troops. Okay, so these are the infantry. We went with some clubsmen or axemen. That were our choices. So we can click up there on cavalry. And we'll... we can see 4 troops of each type. Okay. Okay, I don't feel like I clicked the right places. Perhaps it's just taking us through anyway. So the more residents we have, is that going to be up there? Okay, so recruit more, you need more residents. Interesting. Okay, so the assembly points, we've got Griesfried and Wenzel. They look to be 2 quite young guys. They don't seem to have very many skills, but you can see there's a lot to get into there. Okay, so we can increase our general's skills as we go on. Everyone seems to have the same stuff. Nice. That's pretty cool. And then we can bring in units once we've recruited enough of them. So we've got cavalry. And we got some axemen. Okay, so they've all got different sort of stats to work with. Damage to cavalry, to marksmen, to infantry, and to fortifications. Recruitment costs. They each have a different set of costs. Okay. But we can't actually get anything. Okay, so we gotta use that to combine the generals, find the generals on the map. Okay. So that looks pretty good. We haven't yet got the engineer's house, it looks like, right now. So maybe these are the ones we can use. I'm not too sure. So we can buy and sell wood. And there's luxuries and other metals. Okay. So yeah, this seems to be quite a lot here. So in the main building, after death, we return some units. Okay, so with some iron, we can upgrade stuff. We have an iron mine. We can upgrade that for some wood. How much wood do we have? We have plenty of wood. And we can double our production. Kind of tempted to do that again. And then the suburbs. Okay, so this is where we need to get the men from. I will upgrade that as well. The sawmill. Spend wood to accumulate wood. Training camp. Let's get training camp upgraded. It might not benefit us now, but it will later. We can dump more people in. There we go. So we've used up quite a lot of wood there, but we should be getting a lot of stuff back. That should be good for us. So yeah, we can upgrade our buildings. That's pretty cool. Let me dump some more in that. Excellent. Okay. And if we move out, we can see all the different factions and all the territories. Wow. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, you can see the Roman Empire. And we're not at the front of it. You can see where these tribes actually are. Who's who. So there's some information about certain generals and who controls which regions. Interesting. But we're over here. So this is us, and I'm guessing this red area means we might not be friendly with these. Okay, so they've got a general with an army over there. Of course, we've got our stuff here. But we might have to go after some people. Okay, that's back at the assembly point. So here's our regions then. As you can see, we control 6 regions. We've got all these different stats and what we can do. So we can look here at our fortifications and how we can upgrade and build buildings and whatnot. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. We can hire people from the main map as well. Aha, and check statistics. So the West Roman Empire with 47 regions. The East has 31. Sassanids 13. Macron 14, 13 for the Macron. The Danes have 11. We're here with 6. But we have more population than the Alans, so that's probably good. We're very low on economy. We're very, very low on economy. Okay. Yeah, I'd say the Alans with 7 regions, 1 million people, and a decent economy. It's probably going to stand them in good stead. Now, they do sort of start out in an interesting position as well. Okay, so there's a lot of map to explore. Way more than I thought. Yeah, thinking about them, should have really realized that they would spawn way over, as I say, near the seas, so, you know, off the Mediterranean. And we've got an East and a West Roman Empire. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm not sure we can do too much else. I'm not sure we can do pretty much too much else. So we're gonna get a ton more iron and whatnot. Okay, so we can hit that and then get some research going. Capital development. Interesting. Okay, so we're researching that now. We've got enough to upgrade it, but we're not going to just yet. Okay. So we need the requirements here to upgrade that as well. Shooting range. Let's get that up. Extra generals for hire. We don't need to do that right now. Yeah, we should be producing more than enough wood then. Yeah, we're gaining a lot of population because we upgraded our suburbs. Okay, so let's buy some more axemen. Let's buy some more of those. And a couple of hunters. Because we've got the iron, we're going to be, gaining a lot of troops and recruits. So let's get those sorted as well. It's going to take another turn to get these guys up. There we go, look at that. That's pretty decent. Okay, so in the assembly point, we can start picking up some of this stuff. I'm okay with that. And then this guy. Can have those. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So we need another axeman, cavalry, and 2 hunters. Says my axeman. There's the cavalry. We can't quite do it due to recruits. Okay, so we're going to need a bunch of recruits. So axeman, cavalry, couple of hunters. Then we can actually add the hunter. And hey, we got either one full army if we wanted to, or a couple of separate armies. Excellent. So that's pretty good. So this is, looks like Clement is in here. And this is our guy. So whose guy is that? 14 ranks, 8 ranks. Okay. So we've currently got a war going on. Okay, so why can't we cross? Ah, no, we can. We can. So we can set up a fight there. We can move up here to fight. Okay. So we've killed their guys. Oh, they've killed some of our guys. Okay. So okay, how do we attack? Let's just go to the end of battle, and we're gonna get wiped out there. So we should have gone in with more troops, basically. Okay, we're gonna sit and see what happens here. They just seem to be much better than we are. For some reason. Okay. Okay, I can't seem to do much. So yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Maybe we'll have to look at a tutorial and come back to that. I mean, I can do stuff, but the battles just don't seem to be doing much. So I'd like to resolve this. Okay. Is there anything I can do? No. Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like we're going to get out of this screen anytime soon, which is a shame, but okay. So let's talk about the game then. Pluses, music, big plus. Really like the music, really think it sets the tone well. Art style, really like that. The map kind of looks cool. This kind of battling system with different unit cards and different stats you can match up, I think that can be kind of cool. Sadly, doesn't seem to be sort of fully implemented and working yet. Or maybe I'm missing something. But like even the auto battle and end of battle doesn't seem to be doing anything. And escape, space, enter, anything I could think of that would normally do it. Right clicks, left clicks, mouse wheels. Like, I've tried almost everything. So yeah, sort of doesn't seem to be finished yet, which does seem to be an issue. But okay, it is in early access. Let me load up the Steam page and we'll see what we can see about this one. Like I say, it has been delayed a couple of times. So they are aware of some issues. They are working on it. They're working on making the map as good as possible. It's by Hamsters Gaming. It is currently in early access. It's currently 25% off as well until the 2nd. And it will be $8.99 currently with that discount in the US. Regional equivalents apply. You can get Evil Bank Manager, Generals and Rulers, and Third Front as well with this in the Hamsters Gaming bundle. I'm guessing that's probably as well with that discount until the 2nd of August. So jump on and check it out on Steam there. I know for a fact Evil Bank Manager's got some play on YouTube recently. Generals and Rulers, few people have started talking about that. That's another new one. I think Evil Bank Manager came out tail end last year. Generals and Rulers came out very sort of recently, as did, I believe, the Third Front. So, yeah. For basically almost, well, less than half, sorry, for less than double, you get Last Day of Rome and the other 3 games. So it's probably worth paying, and from what I've seen, it's probably worth paying the extra for Evil Bank Manager as it is. That'll be $15.97. That's a 50% discount across the 4 games. So this is an indie studio. They are working. This is in early access. It is being developed. The game's grown now up to 1.6 gig. But yeah, this is all about fighting back against the Roman Empire. It's all about which factions you want to ally with, which factions you want to attack, where do you want to expand into? Do you want to try and grow away from the Roman Empire before taking them on, or do you want to just go straight for them? We've seen a lot of Roman games. I think some of the best have been in the Total War series. There haven't been too many recently. That seems to be changing. A couple have come up in the very recent past, but you know, for a while we haven't seen too much set in the Roman era, which is a fascinating era with all the different tribes and the fight back from the British Celts and the Picts and the Gauls in northern France and Like the usual stuff you hear, but there's also a lot from elsewhere as well. The Germanic tribes who really pushed back against the Roman empires, as well as the forces they faced from Africa. So they're trying to push them out of the continent. So I'm glad to see another game there. From what I can see, I think it would work quite well as a tactics kind of based game. You're going to be very tactical and political in the ways that you manage your settlements, your relationships with the other tribes, and when and how you decide to deal with Rome. So far, it looks promising. Few bugs, few things need to be worked out. No idea. Kind of here, there's a skip button for tutorial. I thought that would skip that message. 'Cause I couldn't see what it wanted me to do. So I just hit skip, and that skipped the entire tutorial. So a little bit of work on tooltips, a little bit of work on the localization of languages. That'll come in time. But the look, the feel, the sound of the game, I'm pretty impressed with that. As I say, $8.99 with the discount right now. Regular price of, I believe, $11.99. And half price for the bundle, which, as I said, includes Third Front, Generals and Rulers, and Evil Bank Manager, along with Last Day of Rome, all by Hamsters Gaming. So, yeah, head on to Steam. Go check it out if you're interested. As I said, I believe the sales, both of them, probably run to the August the 2nd. The game on its own certainly does at a 25% discount. The bundle is 50% off. And I believe, let me just double check. Will that last? I can't see on Steam if it will last or not. The other ones aren't discounted at the moment, but Third Front is $7.99. That's a World War II sort of era. Generals and Rulers seems to be more about general war in Europe. That's $11.99. Evil Bank Manager is $11.99. That's what managing states and whatnot. So yeah, kind of an interesting set of games. They seem to be putting a lot of them out there. This is in early access. The other three, I believe, are out of early access now. Generals and Rulers is an massive multiplayer game. So you can play that one online, it seems, against other people. But yeah, if you're interested, check it out. As I say, August 2nd may be a deadline for the bundle. And if you are interested in this game, I would recommend the bundle, because as I say, for less than twice the price, you get 3 other games, including Evil Bank Manager, which I would say was worth the extra on its own. So yeah, that'll be all from me. I think I'll come and revisit this with an updated review a little bit later on. Lots of bugs right now. But yeah, the level of depth, what we can see, the amount of factions, you can only choose from 8, but there's like 40 to 50 it looked like on the map, and they're all kinds of different people. The way you can upgrade your base and take it to the main map, the fact that they got like a card-based tactical combat system, again, I'm a fan of all that. So add that to the music, the look of the game, the art style. I'll be excited to see how this ends up when it's fully released. But right now, very early access, as I say, so there will be bugs. And yeah, we need to see how it progresses over the next week or two, and how thick and fast the updates come, really, because on Steam they are keeping it updated every day. They're sort of trying to get some news out about it recently. Last 2 days I've had 2 pieces of news at least. Before that was about a week away, saying about the deadline being shifted back. And yeah, the map that they decided to delay again last week, or 2 weeks ago, they decided to delay the release of the game to get the map right. And that's kind of what they're happy with now. So rather than release something they weren't happy with, they decided to step up and not afraid to push it back to get a product they're more proud of out there. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what I've seen so far. Still very early, but yeah, like I say, what we see moving forward will dictate a lot of how this game ends up, and if it finds its audience or not. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Check it out on Steam. August 2nd, your deadline. Bundle is more off than, you double your discount than just this game itself. Check it out, Hamsters Gaming, and I'll check you next time. Thanks so much, guys. Y'all take care.